So let's have some famous books on Shakespeare. Hamlet and his problems, T.S. Eliot ने लिखा है. शेक्सपियर इन द क्लासरूम, थियोडर ड्वाइट वेल्ड साहब ने लिखा है. शेक्सपियर ट्रेजेडी 1904 एंड ऑक्सफोर्ड लेक्चर्स ऑन पोएट्री 1909, A.C. ब्रैडली साहब ने लिखा है. हाउ मेनी चिल्ड्रन हैड लेडी मैकबेथ? This question was asked in NVS lecturer, Navodaya Vidyalaya, and it is an essay published in 1933 by L.C. Knights. So point to be noted in mind. Yes, on the knocking at the gate in Macbeth, 1823, an essay by Thomas De Quincey, The Wheel of Fire, Interpretations of Shakespearean Tragedy, 1930. The Imperial Theme, The Shakespearean Tempest, The Crown of Life, 1947. Shakespeare and Tolstoy, 1934, by George Richard Wilson Knight. मतलब कि द व्हील ऑफ फायर में क्या क्या, इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ शेक्सपियरियन ट्रेजेडी एक एस्से है जो 1930 में पब्लिश हुई. द इम्पीरियल थीम, दी शेक्सपियरियन टेम्पेस्ट, द क्राउन ऑफ लाइफ, ये 1947 में पब्लिश हुई. शेक्सपियर एंड टॉलस्टॉय 1934 में. और ये सारी रचनाएं जॉर्ज रिचर्ड विल्सन नाइट ने किया था. यानी विल्सन नाइट जानते हैं, लेकिन फुल नेम है जॉर्ज रिचर्ड विल्सन नाइट. यस, लेट्स मूव. द टाइम इज आउट ऑफ जॉइंट, ये क्या है? A study of Hamlet. And the time is free, a study of Macbeth. The time is out of joint, a study of Hamlet है. And the time is free, a study of Macbeth है. ये दोनों किताबों के लेखक हैं रॉय वॉकर. Is penned by Roy Walker. A short biography entitled Some Account of the Life of Mr. William Shakespeare by Nicholas Rowe. Shakespearean Comedy 1938. Shakespearean Tragedy 1948 by H.B. Salton. Shakespearean Comedy 1938 में आई, Shakespearean Tragedy 1948 में आई, और इन दोनों बुक्स के लेखक हैं H.B. Salton. Shakespeare's World of Images, The Development of His Moral Ideas by Donald Alfred Stoffer, that has many famous chapters entitled The Country Mouse, The School of Law, Romeo and Juliet, The Garden of Eden, The Unweeded Garden, The Dark Tower, Road to Freedom. Now next we see The Fools of Shakespeare. In 1913 में बुक आई एंड इसके लेखक थे बाई मीन्स वार्ड फ्रेडरिक. यस. The critical essay Shakespeare's English Kings is written by Walter Pater. Yes. Hamlet and Distracted Globe, ये 1978 में आई थी. एंड्रू जॉन गर्ड ने इसको लिखा था. Looking for Sex in Shakespeare, ये बुक 2004 में आई. स्टैनली वेल्स ने इसको लिखा. द बाइबल इन शेक्सपियर 2013 में आई. हैनिबल साहब ने इसको लिखा. शेक्सपियर सेक्स एंड लव 2010 बाय सर स्टैनली विलियम वेल्स. टू बी नोटेड, यस, सम इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग्स. T.S. Eliot famously proclaimed Coriolanus superior to Hamlet in The Sacred Wood, in which he calls the former play along with Antony and Cleopatra the bard's greatest tragic achievement. Eliot wrote a two-part poem about Coriolanus, Coriolan, an alternative spelling of Coriolanus. He also alluded to Coriolanus in a passage from his own The Waste Land, when he wrote Revive for a Moment a Broken Coriolanus. जॉर्ज रिचर्ड विल्सन नाइट जी ये कौन थे? इनके बारे में कुछ जानना चाहिए। ये इनका जन्म 1897 में हुआ था, रिचर्ड विलियम विल्सन नाइट जी का, और 1985 में इनका देहावसान हुआ था। He was an English literary critic and academic known particularly for his interpretation of mythic content in literature and his essays The Wheel of Fire on Shakespeare's drama. He was also an actor and theatrical director and considered an outstanding lecturer. His popular works on Shakespeare are: number 1, Myth and Miracle, an essay on the mystic symbolism of Shakespeare, 1929 में आई। The Wheel of Fire, Interpretations of Shakespearean Tragedy, 1930 में आई। The Imperial Theme, 1931। The Shakespearean Tempest, 1932। The Christmas Renaissance with Interpretations of Dante, Shakespeare and Goethe, and a Note to T.S. Eliot, 1933. Shakespeare and Tolstoy, 1934. Principles of Shakespeare's Production, 1936. The Sceptred Isle, Shakespeare's Message for England at War, 1940. The Olive and the Sword, a Study of England's Shakespeare, 1944. The Crown of Life, Essays in Interpretation of Shakespeare's Final Plays. Yes. The Imperial Theme, further interpretations of Shakespeare's tragedies including the Roman plays, 1951 में आया। The Mutual Flame, on Shakespeare's Sonnets and the Phoenix and the Turtle, 1955. The Sovereign Flower, on Shakespeare as the Poet of Royalism, 1958. Byron and Hamlet, 1962. Byron and Shakespeare, 1966. Shakespeare and Religion, Essays of 40 Years. Virgil and Shakespeare, 1977. Shakespeare's Dramatic Challenge on the Rise of Shakespeare's Tragic Heroes, 1977. Shakespearean Dimensions, 1984. Yes. So these have been some of the important writings, means creations, books on Shakespeare by different writers. So in every exam, as I have seen, 1-2 questions confirmedly they ask. An interviewer in PGT and lecturer exams, they ask Shakespeare's, means books written on Shakespeare by different writers. So this is very important for us to know some famous books on Shakespeare. So thank you, and we meet in next session.